Hi everybody, welcome to another training session. Today we're going to work on some stabilization and some flexibility. So let's get started and get right on into it. We're going to start with just some regular hip openers, bringing your knee right up to 90 degrees and out directly to the side just to open up your hips. You can walk a little bit with this one. Just get everything ready for the work you're about to put in. Walk backward a little bit. And then we're just going to walk in all directions here. Just bring one knee up, hold for a minute, and right back down. Coming out to the side. And moving the other direction. Moving our hips in all directions here, coming back and back up. From there, you're going to take a split stance. Make sure that both your feet are facing the same direction here before you do anything. And both heels are going to be flat on the ground here. So you're getting a little bit of a calf stretch in that back leg. Keep that back leg completely flat. Bring that knee up and then back into that split stance position there. Now, depending on your current flexibility and the range of motion that you have in your ankles, this may be a little bit more difficult being able to flatten that back foot. But as you do this more, it will get easier. And switching sides. So now my left leg's forward, same thing, my right leg's back. I'm going to bring that knee in and then move straight on back, keeping that front foot right where it is. Back leg flattens here. You may notice that you have a little bit more range and flexibility on one side of your body as opposed to the other. And that's okay. One more. All right, we're going to come on down to a runner stretch. From here, both hands are on the inside of my right leg. I'm going to walk in a half circle direction all the way through till both of my legs straighten out. Walk back so that your back's nice and flat here, and then walk on over to the other side, switching directions here. That back leg's going to rotate in a little bit. Hold that for a second. Make your circle, half circle, all the way on over and back to your starting position. Make sure when you come back to that starting position that your knee lines up with that ankle of the foot that is forward. And then you can even walk yourself out in this wider stance position. Stretch through your shoulders here. Keeping your shoulders away from your ears. Walk back to center and over to the other direction. Hold for a second. Back through center. Walk on out. You need your core here to stabilize you so you don't fall. And over to the other direction. And hold one more here through the center. Walking on out. Walk on back and all the way over to the other side here. And just hold that for 1 second. From here, we're going to just open up through our shoulders, both directions. Walk on over to the other side. Outside arm comes up first, then inside arm. So you're rotating all the way through, opening up through our shoulders, and your core and your hips get some work here. Walking on through. Especially if your shoulders are tight from sitting at a computer or driving far distances, this will be good to open up all the way through your shoulders here. And back on through center. Coming on up. We're going to get into some more core stabilization work here. So you're going to come on down to the ground. you're going to come to a forearm position, making sure that your shoulders are directly lined up with your elbows here, and you're not too far back. You want to be stacked. All joints want to be stacked here. And while on your forearms, you're going to walk out slowly in front of you to where you can still walk out without losing those hips there and then dipping down or coming too far up. You want to maintain a nice flat back here and pretend like somebody has punched you in the lower abdomen here, so to help keep your hips where they should be here. And then you're going to walk right back on out again and back to center. Your head is neutral and back to center. Walk it on out and breathe and hold that for 1 second here. Walk it back on out, back to center. Walk it out, maintaining that tight core. Remember, your glutes are also part of your core. They're going to help to stabilize you here. Keep your hips right where they need to be. One more. Walk it on out. And right on back up. And hold. And good. So bring those knees down. Give you 1 second here to shake that out. Next one, we're going to still remain on the floor for this. You're going to take a closer positioned hand position here for this next one. So when you line up for a push-up, typically you are going to line up right directly about shoulder width. You're going to bring your hands in a little bit closer and come to that high plank, high push-up position. Make sure that your shoulders still are stacked over your elbows and your wrists here, that you're not far back or too far over. So do that first. You're kind of come on down slowly, keeping your elbows tucked, and then push through into an up dog position. Push all the way back and up. So this one takes a lot of stabilization all the way through, not just all of your core muscles, the 29 core muscles that we have, but also a lot of upper body strength. Hold that here, come through, and then back on up. Now, if you have trouble with coming on up, after you come through into that down dog position, just practice holding it right here. Hold, 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 then you can release and start right from the beginning. Push down all the way through and all the way back up. Push down all the way through, all the way back up. It's a lot harder to come up from that low, low position. So even if you're here and you're holding, you are getting a lot of practice in using all of those muscles involved to help you come back up into that high plank, high push-up position. All right, we're going to go through about 5 more of those and then move on to the next one. Get some more practice here. Come to your close position, push-up position, all the way through, and then back up. Keep the rhythm going that you have for yourself. And you got it. And breathe here. One more. All the way through and back up. All right. Looks good, guys. From here, you're going to step into a lower squat. So wherever that is for you, you may have to come a little bit wider if you need a little bit more balance and stability here. Make sure that your toes are not faced too far out, but rather more forward. You can bring your arms up overhead if that helps. And your shoulders are away from your ears. From here, we're going to open up our shoulders, especially after all those close grip upward dog push-ups we just did. Your shoulders may be burning. Then you're going to come right to a flat back. I'm using my hands as a guide here. So my shoulders are coming directly in front of me. My fingers pointed down towards the ground. And then bring your arms straight up in front of you, maintaining that flat back position. So I'll go in this direction, maybe it'll be a little bit easier for you to see. Come on down into your low squat. Hold. Shoulders are away from your ears here. Sit back in that squat and breathe. Opening up through your shoulders. Again, you might have a little bit more range in one direction. And then straighten out. Flat back, you're hinging from your hips, not your waist. Here. Arms are coming straight out in front of you. And then all the way up. All right, we're going to do that one again. Back into your low squat and hold. If you'd like to bring your elbows against your knees here to help you maintain this, you can. Bring your arms up. Shoulder opener. And right on up into that hinge, flat back position. All the way up and hold. Really hold that core in there. And hold. Keep your arms active here. Shoulders are away from your ears. And all the way back up. Okay, from here, we're going to take a lateral position. So you're going to step out to the side and make sure that when you come down, your arms are coming above your head and this knee of the leg you're stepping out on is not rotating internally in. You want to make sure that you're keeping that knee in line with that ankle. And then switching directions. Same thing, you may need to reposition yourself a little bit. That leg coming out to the side can come up to the heel to flex. Remember, this is about where you are. I'm bringing my hands to center here, because this may help with positioning for some of you. You do what is right for you. We are switching directions, not sitting in this position for too long. Remember, we're working on our flexibility and our stabilization. And then you're going to come right to center, up, all the way through, and down. Moving on to our last exercise for this one. I'm going to move you over. Find a little bit of free space at a wall. You're going to come to a wall here and sit with your back flat against the wall, creating that nice 90-degree angle from all the way from the ground to that hip. My arms are going to come up above my head. When you do this, you want to make sure that you're keeping your shoulders against that wall. Bring your arms down into that W position. From there, you're going to push off from your elbows straight in front of you. Push back and all the way back up. All the while, your shoulders should be staying intact there with the wall behind you. This is just about focus, stabilizing through all those muscles to keep you upright and moving through this position correctly and out. So you're making that all the way up, W, out, back in. Come all the way down, push off the wall to come back up and shake that out. Nice job, guys. So we're going to stretch that out now. After all that work, come on down. From here, you're going to make sure that always, always, always make sure you have that nice 90-degree angle from the floor to that hip that's forward. Stretch your left arm up here. My right foot is forward. Stretch up and then rotate for the opposite direction here. Hold in that position. stretching through our whole side body, obliques, and then we're gonna switch directions here. Same thing, make sure you have that 90-degree angle and both hips are facing forward before you move on. You can tuck that back leg. Right arm's gonna come up. Stretch and reach like you're reaching for something high above you. Then rotate away. You should feel this one in this hip here as you rotate. Feeling this in your right hip primarily. Back on down. Back to our both knees on the ground here. Bring that right leg out to the side. Sit on back. Walk on over to your right leg. My right foot is flexed towards the ceiling here. I'm just stretching through, stretching my hamstrings a little bit. You also get a little bit of a adductor stretch there with that one. So, same thing on the other side. Left leg comes out. You can flex it towards the ceiling. Walk on over to where it's comfortable for you. You should be feeling this in this extended leg that is out right now. And back to center. Coming on through. Stretch it on up. Shoulders away from our ears here. If you're comfortable enough, you can make sure that you're keeping your legs together and your feet are flat here. Hold in this position. Back to those knees and tuck your toes behind you. Reach back to open up through your chest and shoulders here. Head faces the ceiling. And we're going to come on up slowly, tucking our toes, pedaling out. You can hold this calf stretch for a couple seconds each side. And breathe. Walking on back. Inhale on your roll up. Rolling up slowly, rolling your shoulders back. Inhale on up. One more inhale. And exhale down. All right, nice job everybody. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that. As always, stay safe, stay well, and stay hydrated.